All right, guys, I want to tell you why January is the absolute best time to lock in on discipline and crushing your goals. And I want to give you guys a challenge that I'm going to be doing, and I recommend that you guys participate in it as well. So, to start off with this video, a few weeks ago, I watched a video from Alex Hormozy where he was talking about how hard you can possibly work and pushing yourself, seeing just how much you're capable of. And he suggested doing a challenge called the 12 by 30 challenge. And in this challenge, basically you spend 12 hours per day working on your career for 30 days straight. No excuses. I don't care if the Taliban kidnaps your family. It doesn't matter. You got to get the work in. It's one of those kinds of things where you're really focused on pushing yourself and seeing everything you've got. And it immediately caught my attention for January. And I told a friend of mine about it. I was like, hey, we should do this 12 by 30 challenge and just really focus on crushing our careers, because both of us have the sense that 2025 could be a big year for us. He agreed. We've been planning out doing this 12 by 30 challenge in January. And so while I was kind of getting ready for it, it occurred to me that January, let's be honest, is by far the worst month of the year. It freaking sucks. It's cold. There's no holidays. It's rainy. It's dreary. It sucks. Like, January is honestly a very feminine month. It's the kind of thing where it's like snuggly, you know, everyone wants to snuggle up, like hot cocoa, Harry Potter binge session on Netflix or something. Like, it's that kind of month. The only people I've ever met who really like January are people who are kind of lazy. Like, they like to be snuggled up and comfy, a bunch of blankets, hot cocoa, all that kind of stuff. They don't want to work hard anyway, so they don't mind if it's dreary outside. They don't want to go outside anyways. I realize for me, I've pretty much always disliked January, February. It's the worst time of the year. Let's be real. Like, does anybody gonna actually disagree with this? What kind of guy just loves cold, like sweater weather? I just don't get it. But that's an aside. But the point is, if this time of year is going to suck anyways, it's going to be cold, freezing. It's not really anything fun to do. What are you going to do? Go out on a boat in January? Nobody's going to do that. So if it's going to suck anyways, you might as well just make it suck the entire time. Don't spend January trying to survive it and make it tolerable for yourself. Oh, I'm just going to watch movies and get through this thing and not be disciplined on my diet, and I'm not going to work hard. I'm just trying to make it to summer or spring when it starts to warm up a bit. Like, if it's going to suck, just make it suck the whole time and embrace it. It's kind of like a philosophy. Like, you know what? Like, this time's going to suck and I got to get through it. I might as well work myself to the bone. And that was kind of the philosophy that hit me when I was thinking about this 12 by 30 challenge. I was like, I really don't, I can't stay in January anyways. So I might as well just work like an absolute dog and just get it over with. Like, it's going to suck anyways. Just get through it, get to the summer. And if I work really hard now, then I'll be rewarded for it and I'll feel better about myself. I'll have accomplished some stuff. And then when the weather's actually nice and it's a fun time of year, I can actually go enjoy it rather than playing catch up because I was being lazy at the start of the year. And so from there, I thought, okay, I'm going to take this 12 by 30 challenge, but I'm going to take it to an extreme, because how you do one thing is how you do anything. So it doesn't make any sense to try and be ultra disciplined about your career if you're going to be lazy on your diet and not train hard and do this. So I was like, I'm going to take this month and I'm going to dial everything in as much as humanly possible. I'm going to ace my diet 30 for 30 every single day, no cheat days. It's the holidays. Honestly, I've had a hard time keeping up with my diet. It hasn't been terrible, but you know, that's just the time of year. We all understand that. You know, you've got Christmas, Thanksgiving, family stuff. It's just, especially for me being in real estate, where real estate is during the holiday season very slow, it gets really hard to stay disciplined because there's not a lot of work going on anyways, and you're just kind of chilling. It's just the vibe of it, you know. But now we're coming into January. That part's done. It's like you might as well ace it. So I'm going to go 30 for 30 on my diet in January. I'm going to just absolutely crush my workouts. I'm going 12 hours a day on career work. Basically, like, everything's locked in, dialed into a T, cold shower every morning. Just like any discipline kind of thing you can think of, pretty much doing it. Daily meditation, like, you name it. And I'd ask you, like, why not do the same thing yourself? Like, seriously, like, what better way to start the year than by just building massive momentum by working absolutely as hard as possible, being as disciplined as you possibly can, and just seeing how far you can push it. And then when this is over, your baseline standard for work ethic is going to go up, because you're going to realize what you're capable of. You've pushed yourself as hard as you can. Maybe right now it's hard for you to stay disciplined. Well, you're going to do this month. You're going to be absolutely locked in. And by the time it's done, maybe you're not that disciplined as you were in January, but you're a lot more disciplined than you were before because you've raised your standards by doing this. And really ask yourself right now, is it actually possible that you would spend every waking hour being as disciplined and hardworking as possible and crushing your goals, moving towards them with max effort? If you did that for 30 days, you're telling me your life would not be better? What better way to spend the worst month of the year? Just embrace the fact that it sucks and it actually can kind of turn into something fun. So my challenge to you is to make January the month where you embrace the suck. Don't try to avoid it. Don't try to make it pleasurable. Just eat shit the entire time. Work your ass off. Do everything you possibly can to be as great as possible. Be as disciplined as humanly possible. Crush your workouts. Get on a plan. You need to prep this in advance. I'm making this on Christmas Day 2024. Right now, I mean, when you're watching this, you should be planning this out. I've been planning out what I'm going to do in January. You got to just absolutely have everything dialed into a T. Just what would that look like for your life? Really get focused on that. If you're working an hourly job right now, let's say you're making $18 an hour. Well, go work your job, take overtime shifts when you can, and then in your free time, spend that time getting some skill that you can learn online. If you do nothing but focus on learning that and working your day job for an entire month, I promise you can make some serious progress on that. Probably by, at minimum, the end of February, you would have some sort of new skill set that you could go get a job with. Let's say it's, I don't know, project management. You can literally go on it's a website called Coursera. Google has all of these certificates that you can get where they teach you how to have career skills, project management. Another one's like web design, app development, social media marketing. I think they have like data analytics, things like that. They've got all these things that you can learn, and they're designed for people who have a job to go learn these in their free time. It takes about 6 months if you're working at a slow pace, but you can get them done in like a month or two if you're really pushing it. So go work your day job, then get one of these skills in your free time. By the time summer comes around, you could be a salaried employee. You could go from $18 an hour to $60K per year on salary with health insurance benefits, all that good stuff, just by working your ass off in the month that's going to suck anyways. What most people are going to do during January is a lot of people are going to start off really hot with the New Year's resolutions. Those people are going to try for a couple weeks and then they're going to fade out because this is what always happens. People get motivated for a second and then they quit. And then a lot of other people are going to be like, oh God, it's cold and I'm miserable and I'm unhappy, so I might as well just be lazy. And that's what a lot of people are going to do. They're going to justify bad discipline because they feel uncomfortable due to the weather and the time of year. The sun's not out. It's getting dark early. And so they're going to eat like crap. They're going to be lazy. They're going to skip the workout because they didn't work out in the morning. They get done with their day job and it's nighttime out and they just don't feel like working out. So a lot of people are going to be really sloppy during this time. And it just doesn't make sense because this is the worst time of year anyway. So you might as well just be 100% disciplined. And if you do that, let's say you crush it on your body, you need to get in shape and you just say, I'm going to absolutely crush this. January and then honestly February, March, you just crush it in those cold, unpleasant months. And then by the time summer comes around, you're going to be in fantastic shape. And then you get to actually enjoy yourself in the time of year when it's worth enjoying yourself in. And I'll be honest, if you get this mindset in your head of like, look, this month's going to suck, just make it suck as much as possible and embrace it. Like, I'm actually pumped for January at this point. I cannot wait to suffer for 30 days straight. I sound like a psychopath. I know. Like, I'm probably going to like schedule myself 5 or 6 hours of sleep a night. I'm going to be running off testosterone and adrenaline the entire time. Get up, cold shower to wake myself up, train like an animal, work hard at my career, nail my diet. But I'm just feeling excited about it. I'm ecstatic. It feels like I'm going to Navy SEAL Hell Week. And somebody out there's like, this is nothing like Navy SEAL Hell Week. That's way worse. Like, you get the point. This is suffering and embracing it. This is what separates you from the average people who seek comfort all the time. If you want to do something exceptional with your life, you have to embrace moments like this. And have you ever really worked hard on something and then gotten a reward for it? Doesn't it feel so much better than when you didn't work hard and you still get some sort of reward? You go on a vacation, but you didn't do anything to earn it. Is it really as fun of a vacation as you worked really hard, got a big promotion or got a new job, whatever it is, and then you go on a vacation, you feel like you've done something to warrant this, or you go buy something and the reason you bought it is because you got paid more at your job and so now you can afford a nicer car, whatever it is, or you've been really disciplined on your diet and now you have a cheat day. Isn't it always better? So like seriously, start the year off by working your ass off, and then when it comes time to, April, May, June, July, all those months come around, you'll feel good about yourself taking a vacation. You'll be like, you know what, I earned it. I'm off to an amazing start in this year, and I deserve to go on a trip. I've put in the work. I deserve to buy that nice thing for myself. I deserve to buy some nice clothes or a new car, whatever it is. You've earned those things because you put in the work now rather than mailing it in all year, getting to the end. You didn't accomplish your goals. You're miserable and depressed. You're like, you know what? I got to go on a vacation because I just feel like crap and I got to get out of here. And you feel bad about yourself on the trip because you're going nowhere in life. This is the best way to do it, guys. The cold, miserable months of the year, you just make them suck as much as possible, work as hard as possible, and then when the good months of the year come around, you get to enjoy yourself. Be sure to comment and let me know if you guys are going to join me on this challenge of making January the miserable month where you're going to lock in and be disciplined and just absolutely crush it. Tell me the kinds of things you're going to be doing. I'll be making some progress updates over the month of January of how it's going for me. You guys let me know how it's going for you. Be sure to like and subscribe and share this with a friend as well, because it's a lot easier to do these things when you've got another friend who's involved in it. If it's just you doing it by yourself, it's going to be really difficult. I've got a friend or two who are both going to be doing this with me, and so I know we're going to hold each other accountable. So get your whole group involved. Get your whole team locked in. Everybody should be pushing forward on the same level. If you've got friends who don't think this is a good idea, then I would ask you why you even have them in your life. And so now you get the whole team moving in the right direction. Everybody's locked in. Everybody gets to go on some big trip later this year because you earned it. You're all making the most money you've ever made. You're all in the best shape you've ever made. This is a completely different level for you and your whole friend group. If you don't have friends, just do it by yourself. You'll be standing alone amongst a sea of people who aren't pushing themselves, and you're really going to stand out for doing it. Thanks for watching, guys. Be sure to like and subscribe. I'll talk to you later.